We need to take a closer look at the growing speculation around Pat McAfee and whether he played any role in Ryan Clark's reported exit from ESPN, because the timeline has people asking serious questions. You won't believe how fast this story started gaining attention, especially since ESPN usually avoids becoming the backdrop for controversy involving someone who had been part of the network for over a decade. Ryan Clark walked into the studio looking prepared, focused, and ready to handle business. But at that moment, nobody watching knew they could possibly be seeing his last time appearing on ESPN. He showed up expecting another regular day on air, yet reports claimed things changed suddenly behind the scenes, with Clark being taken off the program and leaving viewers and colleagues completely caught off guard. That instantly fueled speculation across social media as fans began revisiting the tense exchange Ryan Clark had with another ESPN personality nearly 10 months earlier, wondering if that moment was actually a bigger turning point than anyone realized at the time.
This on TV, and so I apologize if people think this is rude. That's the non-player.
Oh, stop! That's no. CeeDee Lamb is.
Let me tell you why. I'm not saying.
I'm not looking at fantasy football, Ryan. I'm not. Don't belittle me like that. I could come in and say, as 3 ex-players are saying one thing, and give an alternative perspective that maybe CeeDee Lamb did play well. And
Peter, what I need for you to do is not get mad and let me finish for one.
Okay, go on.
It wasn't about you. It was going to be.
When that controversy originally happened, Ryan Clark didn't stay silent. He addressed the situation publicly and even issued an apology, clearly trying to close that chapter and move forward. But once reports about his ESPN departure began circulating, those old moments quickly started making their way back across social media, and suddenly a completely different conversation began taking shape. Around that same period, reports surfaced that Pat McAfee was working through a new contract situation, which immediately caused fans to question whether ESPN's recent cuts were connected to creating room for a blockbuster financial commitment. This isn't the first time people have raised that possibility, because whenever networks secure massive deals with top personalities, tough decisions often follow behind the scenes. Then one particular report grabbed everyone's attention, suggesting ESPN could potentially be paying Pat McAfee over $60 million annually after making cuts that impacted other employees. Another rumor circulating online claimed that the money once tied to Ryan Clark's role was possibly redirected into McAfee's new agreement after Clark's reported exit from the network. And that's when fans started looking back at previous interactions between Pat McAfee and Ryan Clark, especially the moments where McAfee joked about Clark's NFL career, because clips that once seemed harmless are now being analyzed through a completely different perspective.
I got to talk about people who kind of wear football uniforms but don't really play football.
Right into it. Sticking with
this morning.
But let me ask you a couple questions, Ryan Clark. Shall I?
Let's do this.
Ryan, have you ran with a football in an NFL game? Have you had a rush?
No, I have not.
Oh,
that's weird.
Have you thrown a pass in the NFL?
I have not.
Have you scored in an NFL game?
I actually have not.
Well. See, there's a lot of things I think that make up a football game. You know what I mean? Like tackling, running, passing, kicking, blocking. I mean, there's a lot of things there.
The main reason this story has become such a major topic is because so many people are now asking whether Pat McAfee had any type of influence behind Ryan Clark's reported exit from ESPN, even though there is currently no public proof connecting the two situations. That theory has continued spreading across social media, especially after the chain of events that has taken place over the last few days. It also brought attention back to Stephen A. Smith's reaction, where he made the interesting comment, "I wish I had the power to do more." That statement alone sent fans into deeper speculation mode. But here's where we have to separate internet theories from actual facts, because right now there has been no official confirmation or report showing that McAfee played any role in the decision involving Ryan Clark's reported departure.
That I just loved working with. He's somebody that I love, period. That I will always be here for, in every way, shape, form imaginable that I can. I just wish that I could have been in enough of an influential or powerful position to prevent his exit from happening.
Stephen A. Smith made it very clear that Ryan Clark was much more than just another colleague to him, explaining that he had a genuine personal connection with him and wished he had enough authority behind the scenes to prevent what happened. That statement immediately caught attention because it revealed that even someone with Stephen A.'s level of influence still has boundaries when it comes to major network decisions. After that, fans started comparing his situation to Pat McAfee's, with many arguing that McAfee seems to hold a different level of power at ESPN because he has consistently shown a willingness to challenge the company's leadership publicly. Unlike many major media personalities who carefully choose their words, McAfee has built his brand around being outspoken, questioning decisions, and saying what others might avoid. We've seen that approach become a major part of his identity over the years, which is why some viewers believe his influence inside ESPN could be much bigger than a typical on-air personality, even though there is still no confirmed evidence connecting him to any decision involving Ryan Clark's reported departure.
Stop telling people to go to a website to save a multi-billion-dollar deal. Okay?
Oh, come on.
Nobody cares what you have to say. There will be nothing that we say or any website that'll be visited that'll get this thing. There are, I don't want to say the exact names, but these people, it's poor sorts though.
Yeah.
It's poor sorts out for the good of sports. Need each other. Anyways, we're very appreciative, and we understand that more people are watching this show than ever before. We're very thankful for the ESPN folks being very hospitable. Now, there are some people actively trying to sabotage us from within ESPN.
Funny.
More specifically, I believe Norby Williamson is the guy who is attempting to sabotage our program. I'm not 100% sure. That is just seemingly the only human that has information, and then somehow that information gets leaked, and it's wrong, and then it sets a narrative of what our show is, and then are we just going to combat that from a rat every single time? I don't know, but like somebody tried to get ahead of our actual ratings release with wrong numbers 12 hours beforehand. That's a sabotage attempt.
Like I mentioned earlier, this entire situation took me back to a video I covered before involving Ryan Clark and Pat McAfee because the tension between these two names didn't exactly appear out of nowhere. There was even a moment when Ryan Clark called out Pat McAfee and invited him to come face him on the show, pointing out that he was already in South Bend, Indiana. The situation started after Pat McAfee brought Aaron Rodgers onto his show, and during that appearance, Rodgers found himself involved in a very public exchange with Ryan Clark. Throughout that back and forth, Rodgers fired off several jokes and playful comments aimed directly at Clark, making him the center of attention in the conversation. Now, with everything happening around Ryan Clark's reported ESPN departure, fans are going back and replaying those moments, wondering if there was more tension behind the scenes than people originally realized, and that's exactly what has made this story so fascinating to watch unfold.
These things, and he talks tough, and he behaves in this way, but he ain't. There ain't people that come around here and talk about wanting to follow you because of the type of man you have been. This dude is a fraud.
Aaron,
Hold on, I'm not done.
oh shit.
I just got a PSA. Just a quick
Okay.
PSA.
All right. I thought we were.
Just a quick PSA reminder.
Starting with 12, count down to 1.
Say is this. I know I got to say this multiple times for people because they don't listen, but say whatever the fuck you want about me. I don't care. But just before you do it, whether you state your name, your accolades, pronouns, whatever it is, just state your vax status so that anything you say afterwards gets put in the right light. Just please help everybody out who's wondering where is this coming from, including myself. What the fuck is this coming from? But just give a little PSA. You do a little bit of digging, then you know where it's all coming from, right? You're captured, you're highly valued, and then say whatever the hell you want to say about me, because I couldn't give two shits about it. All I care about is that you put that little disclaimer out there, just like it's in the bottom for me, that I'm a champ, MVP, and I am enthusiastic about ayahuasca. Just put, instead of your accolades that you need to have out there so desperately, just put your vax status as well, because you cared so much about it, during the years.
All right.
So just put it out there on your bio when you're about on your shows or whatever. You don't just need a brooch with your initials.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Put your vax status on there too.
Okay.
Ryan Clark was obviously frustrated with Pat McAfee for allowing Aaron Rodgers that platform during the heated exchange, and he made sure people knew exactly where he stood. At that moment, Clark was clearly fired up, taking his thoughts to social media and revealing that he was already in South Bend, Indiana, the same place where McAfee's studio was based. He even hinted that he could pull up to the studio immediately, showing just how intense the situation had become between the two sides. Now, with Ryan Clark's reported ESPN exit becoming such a major talking point, many fans have started bringing that old moment back into the spotlight. Of course, some people believe contract decisions and financial moves are the simple explanation, but others feel there could be more layers to the story when looking at Ryan Clark's entire history with ESPN. Over his years at the network, Clark was involved in multiple public situations that eventually required apologies, and his direct challenge toward Pat McAfee only added another headline to the conversation. Many viewers have also pointed out how much power McAfee appears to have inside ESPN, with some fans viewing him as one of the company's biggest assets because of the freedom he has been given. A lot of people even compare his position to Stephen A. Smith, arguing that McAfee has shown a unique ability to criticize decisions, challenge leadership, and push limits in ways that most ESPN personalities would hesitate to do. Supporters of that argument often bring up past moments where McAfee created controversy or made bold statements, but seem to avoid the level of consequences that others might have faced. Meanwhile, some former ESPN employees have also voiced their concerns about what they believe is McAfee's increasing influence within the company, adding even more fuel to the ongoing debate. Whether any of those factors played a role in Ryan Clark's reported departure is still unknown, but there's no denying why this situation has created so much discussion and speculation among fans.